whole thing is, how hard is it to keep your dick in your pants?
It's time to vlog. We're blah blah blah. Ooh, vlog. We're blah blah blah. Well, let's go.
What's up? What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Blah Blah Blog. It's your girl Marsha, aka Dulce, author of Baggage Claim, a life story, available on Amazon as well as on my website mmdulce.com. But that's not why you guys are here. So in case you guys haven't heard about the Derrick Jaxn tea, here is the I believe 7-minute video and my reaction of it. Then I'll come back, follow up my commentary.
Guys, Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae. And we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. I was saying this started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent and think that I can't be held accountable. The same way that I preach, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn's no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. Don't influence me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bet and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. So we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Yes, so I do want to just add that I agree with what you just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward. And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood firm on, I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality and how he carried himself and how he presented himself and conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. And when we were able to have these dialogues, said, okay, Lord, this is something that you've had your hand on. And this was with me being completely removed from his life. And him pursuing God, continuing to pursue God, and continuing to eliminate these things that led up to the catastrophe that you guys are seeing for the first time. So there's nothing out there right now that is information that I don't already know about or haven't known about. And so this is not something that is new. We have counsel for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. And that is what I needed for the continuation of me being present in this marriage and to stand by his side. So today, where I'm at is at peace, and I proudly stand by his side, and I have no hesitation, I have no hurt, no shame about that. And it's only because of the grace of God and the mercy of God. And we have already turned a new chapter in this story. We are continuing to move forward, and we are just now sharing that with you all. And
in a bonnet.
I forgave him, and
Not for waking you up to do this in a bonnet.
First forgiving him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So that's all I have.
And I get it. Some of y'all, like, this may come as a huge shock, probably a huge disappointment. I let a lot of you down. If you've had a perspective shift on who Derrick is, hopefully it's away from
her face.
Close to perfection, and it's simply that
She said,
I am a
shit.
human, and that does not justify anything that I did. But I don't want anybody out there to be putting me on a pedestal. If you did, then I hate that you did that. Maybe I gave you cause for that, and I
She said, I
apologize
hate that
if
I did that too.
For those who are saying, Derrick, I don't want to ever listen to you again, it's totally understandable. I appreciate you while I had your support and helping me get the message out about healing and healthy relationships to so many people who needed it, myself included. And for those who are going to continue to support, man, I appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward, at least for a little while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name. But for everybody out there, if you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right here in this video, please get this. Nothing is right until it is right with God. Nothing works until it comes into alignment with biblical standard of how God told us to do things, especially when we're talking about a marital, spiritual covenant.
Yes.
You cannot do this by your own understanding, your own intelligence, your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God to break free from certain things, to stay away from certain things, to not operate from your lowest self, whatever it may be. And it's because it's really only by God's grace that we're even able to be here on this video, holding hands. Well, like a year ago, 7-8 months ago even, I couldn't see this happening. I thought it was over, and I already had begun establishing my relationship with God. But that's the fruit of bringing things in alignment with God. And the mess that's been made, the mess that's now being made public from last year and years past, that's a result of getting out of alignment with doing things God's way. So that's where I stand. That's where we stand. And again, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Y'all already know what's on and popping. Social media everywhere, on Twitter, Instagram. Derrick Jaxn. He's actually been made the face of March in terms of what's going on in the year 2021 so far. And I was like, what the hell? Why is he the face of March? I almost didn't even recognize this picture because I'm one of those people. I'm not a follower, okay? I'm not a follower. I don't like a lot of these online personas because that's all they are, online personas. So I think Derrick Jaxn is pretty, I guess he's known for speaking on relationships, how to heal and cultivate healthier, just relationships in life and heal through like life trauma, right? I think it's funny because on Twitter, someone said, he would give his wife the advice to leave a man like him. That is the interesting thing. But of course, you're not getting a lot of those principles in, this video. In his personal life, you're not seeing that because, of course, I'm not going to say selfishly, but of course, he wants to preserve his marriage at all costs, and he's not going to tell his wife to leave him, obviously, right? Who expected that? Nobody. I hope y'all weren't counting on that. She says in the video that, she did leave and she was gone and she stayed gone until, and, I'm not going to fault her for that. Honestly, I thought one of my best friends sent me this video and I started to play it and I was like, do I even want to watch this? Sis has a bonnet on. My whole thing is, what? Like, okay. I know on here I'm all about being refined, be ratchet, be you. But sis, why do you have a bonnet on? Why did you wake your wife up to do this video, to post this video for millions to see? I don't know how many views that video has by now, but presentability at the very least. Sis, the bonnet, but whatever. She like it, I love it. But I don't fault her. I don't know. Y'all let me know how you feel. How do you feel about taking your husband back after cheating? I've thought about it, and I used to say that I would be able to forgive someone that I truly loved and move forward. And watching her do that, and watching her facial expressions, and watching her body language, the cringy hand holding, my God, if that made you cringe, let me know. But like, you know, and she said it was only by the grace of God, and her eyes widened. She was like, yeah, because honestly, I don't know how I forgave your ass. That's how I read into it. And, you know, now I'm like, no. Kind of like Sawiti said, you know, the love isn't real if the intimacy is easily given to other women. And a lot of men will argue, you know, y'all don't know what it's like, the, you know, temptation, X, Y, Z. How much respect do you have for me as your wife if you can't keep your dick in your pants? I semi-understand, not really, if you cheat in a relationship because maybe you don't respect relationships. Everyone feels like you're single till you're married, but you are married to the reed. You're married. You're a whole figure out here. Not a figure that I particularly looked up to, but you're a poet, you're an author, so you've written books on the subject matter of all these things that you're not upholding. And, you know, honestly, he's human. He's human. I've always gotten cringe vibes from him, so I never really cared to feed into his stuff. I think when he first came out, I was like, but anytime someone comes out trying to be a guru of anything, I'm automatically just on red alert or whatever. You know, it's I guess it's a beautiful thing that she was able to forgive him. It's kind of hard to believe how genuine she is and how genuine they are in this video, because her body language was definitely suggestive of not wanting to be a part of that situation to begin with. But you know what? Good for them. If they were able to, you know, see past their differences and really see past his infidelity is really what I mean, then that's their business. All you can hope for is, well, for her sake, is that, you know, he really is moving forward on a different trajectory, taking his marriage a lot more seriously, taking his position as an influencer a lot more seriously by practicing what he preaches, taking his position as a Christian more seriously. See, I don't prescribe to any one faith. If I had to check a box, it would be that box, but it means a lot to be the mouthpiece, to be the vessel that God uses to reach people, especially to talk to them about healing and healthy relationships and self-worth, and to be a public figure and to fail, especially as, you know, an ambassador of God. It's a lot. And I do commend him, because at least, you know, he came forward and owned up to what he did, you know, and owned up to not being proud, and even addressed that, hey, if y'all don't want to listen to me anymore, I get it. Kudos, because I mean, I on one end, I understand. I'm like, you know what, good for you. I commend you. Walk the plank, you know, do your time and everything like that. On the other end, a part of me is like, I mean, how much evidence was out there against you? Like, how long could you really stay in the dark about something like this? Anyways, you both were getting harassed. You both will continue to get harassed, because y'all know how the internet is. But what are y'all thoughts? You know, do you think you'd be able to forgive someone past infidelity? Is there grace to you for that? I don't believe that you have to forgive someone if you, in your heart of hearts, you truly believe that the person is truly sorrowful, they're truly, remorseful, and they are repentive. And in that, I mean, they're really making a U-turn, or a complete, just like 180, and just changing their behavior. Do you believe that you can forgive someone for being, you know, unfaithful several times with several women over several years? it's a no for me. It's a no for me, but I just had to make a quick little reaction video. I wanted to watch this video. That was me watching the video for the first time, and I'm just like, whoa. All right. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Tell me down below what you would do. Did you pick up on the same body language that I picked up on? Because it wasn't sitting too well with me. But overall, good for them. Hopefully they move on and have better chapters, healthier chapters, more transparent chapters in their lives. I don't know how you're with someone for 12 years and you don't have some important conversations or, discuss certain things. But what do I know? What do I know? But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. You know what I'm about to say. Until next time, be refined, be ratchet, and be you. And just do what's best for you, child. Don't let the internet tell you to leave your man if you want to keep your cheating man. Your man, I mean.